I work with Judith and Sam and lots of other people here, a lot of volunteers and interns. But my role here is predominantly with flowers. My background's visual art and floristry, not farming. But I've been learning through the process of building this place about growing on this sort of scale and learning from Judith and Sam.
There's 3 of us that run the business, so we're all directors of the business. And then we have 4 to 5 trainees that join us for this season, so that's April till November. And then we have a lot of volunteers that come and help us, dedicated volunteers that come throughout. Yeah,
all year, in the hideous winter and everything, they come.
So they keep the farm going for the whole year, which is really important. We're on the flower field, in the middle of the flower field, surrounded by flowers, on our 5-acre market garden in Perthshire, Scotland. We've also got veg growing down the bottom, polytunnels and soft fruit and pens as well. So we do veg boxes. Our CSA runs from the end of May till the beginning of November. But we supply shops and restaurants, online food hubs and things throughout the year if we can. So maybe 70% of it goes to our veg box shares, and they are members of the farm and they come down to our farm every week and pack their own veg boxes, which makes it a bit different to other veg box schemes. And they commit for the whole season, kind of understanding that if it's a good season they'll get abundance, and if it's bad then at the beginning, at the end of the year, you might have a bit less. But since we started, we've sold to online food hubs, like it was called the Food Assembly, now called Neighbour Food, because it's a lot low risk as a producer. You kind of go to market and sell your produce, but it's already been sold. And then we do events to invite people, our local community, onto the field as well. So we'll always have a solstice party and an autumn feast. Me and Sam had been doing community gardening in Fife and in Leeds. So working on community allotments and setting up community gardens and working in schools. And we really wanted to kind of do a similar thing but grow food productively for more people, and for it to be a kind of financially sustainable business that wasn't reliant on funding. Found out about the opportunity at Comrie Croft. So they were looking for someone to set up a market garden here. None of us had worked on a farm before, but we'd had a lot, just kind of small scale growing experience. So it was a bit of a plunge. So Comrie Croft is an eco-tourism site, and there's a lot of kind of camping up in the woodlands and on the fields, and there's a farm shop which was set up to sell our produce when we got here.
One of the streams of income for Comrie Croft is weddings. It's a really, really busy, popular wedding venue with, in a normal year, maybe 70 weddings in the season. So that was the aim for starting off flower growing, was to grow a small amount of flowers. We didn't, it was mostly just growing flowers for us to do the floristry for weddings here, so people could get their flowers in a far more environmentally sustainable and green way, and then be really seasonal as well. So that was how the flowers started. The start and the end of the season, because we do events, so weddings in spring, weddings in November, we're trying to sort of rein those in a bit, because it's really difficult to commit to a wedding even in October. If the frosts come early, it's nothing, like that we have nothing. And the point of our business is that we're floristry from what's here, so we don't really want to buy flowers in, definitely don't buy them imported ones. It's taken us a while to really find ourselves and really what it is that we do, and we're quite clear about that now with doing floristry and weddings, is that we really encourage people to just go with the ethos that is it's what's here now, and it's the best. We'll pick the best on the field and make you something from that.
And it's the same with veg customers, especially chefs and things. They just have to get into a rhythm of what we have available, and it's finding the right people that understand that. And when you do, it's a really great relationship, and you both benefit lots from that. We really jumped in at the deep end. We bought 7 polytunnels, a multi-span polytunnel, all at once. And once that was up, we had to get irrigation sorted, which we didn't get quite right. So we're still kind of working backwards a bit with setting some things up. Definitely visiting lots of other similar farms as much as you can, and working on them if you can. But that's definitely not easy to do. And making networks once you are setting up, kind of keeping on the discussions with other people doing similar things, because it can be quite a lonely job. We try, and we're quite keen on soil health and looking after the space. We don't know how long we're going to be here doing it, but we don't want to leave it in a worse state for anyone else who takes it over.
Part of the reason that certainly the creative end of it is, I think, is pretty important. And I know how many farmers get to do that they get to have that like bit at the end that's makes money as well, but actually it's quite exciting and it's fun.